Hey guys, welcome back. I'm sorry I have not posted in a while. It's kind of my fault. I did have about 4 hours of footage to comb through, and I had thought I had transferred it over to my PC, and I did not. So, wiped it like a big old idiot. So, didn't really have much to offer. You can see there's a lot of vegetation that's kind of come up. So I'm going to toss something a little bit smaller, closer to the shore. Hopefully something comes out of the weeds and bites. This was not too great. This is very, very shallow. So I'm going to move to the opposite side over there and then maybe over there. I've had some luck. So let's keep our fingers crossed and hopefully I can get some footage for you guys. And I didn't have it on that previous footage, like I said, because I deleted it like the smart guy I am. But these little goslings, they've been here since, these two have nested. And I was fishing around them, and they were not happy that I was around, but they kind of tolerated me. Like, I got within 3 feet of them, and they were pretty chill. And this poor guy looks like he might be injured. He's kind of limping a little bit, so hopefully he's okay. But I'm going to give them their space, let them get in the water first. But it's super cool to see these little dudes. This is only about like 2 feet, and it's flat, very flat here. There's a little sunfish right in front of me. Oh, something followed. That's another little sunfish. Yeah, I'm not expecting anything crazy today, Gotcha. Just trying to catch a couple fish before I go home. This guy's not too bad. Nice and colored up. Yeah, he went back and told his friends. They all just saw that and turned tail and ran. So, alright, let's move down a bit. See what else we can see. The last couple times I was here, I was fishing that corner, and there are some pockets where I can kind of cast into, and almost every single time as it sank, a bass would come out of the weeds and smack it. Like I said, they probably retreated towards the middle. This is just a forest right now. Now, what would you guys throw here? I mean, like, a frog is kind of the no-brainer, but like, if it was that dense, I don't know if you guys can see it without, the polarized lenses, but there's probably about 30 feet of just weeds on the surface, about 15 feet out. So, like I was saying, other than a frog, what other sort of surface weedless lures would you use in this situation? I've thought about, just weightless worm, and kind of making it weedless, running the barb through the back of it, and just kind of hoping that I can kind of plop it along the surface of the weeds and have something slurp it up. But still seems like I get hung up quite often. So I've not been coming to this spot as frequent just because of the weeds. Once the water level goes up a bit and it's later in the season, this should go down a bit. Not as aggressive because, everybody's fertilizing their lawn right now, so these plants are just going nuts. This might just be a quick lap. It opens up here a little bit more open space, so hopefully we got more things hiding back there. It'd be nice to get one bass. I did go fishing today at lunch at the other lake near where I work, and did catch 2 decent bass, and then like 3 or 4 small dinky ones. There was probably like 1.5 pounds. So I gotta make that a better habit of mine, to have my camera equipment when I'm fishing on lunch, because I usually just am in such a rush to beat the clock back in that I don't think about bringing my camera. I'm like not very patient when I'm on my lunch. I try to, catch as many fish as possible, so I'm usually using a swim bait or a soft plastic of some sort. I just want to catch some fish, get on with my day. But it would be pretty cool to catch the carp there, because I know there's a an area where about 15 of them just kind of chill out. They don't look like they're feeding on the surface, they're just kind of sitting there. But I think if I like, I'll bring, you know, half a loaf of just stale bread and I start tossing it out there and get them to start eating, I might get a couple of them to take. On the bright side, it's so cold and windy, there's no mosquitoes. Alright, this looks a little bit calmer here, so let's see if we can try our luck. Oh, bass just came out. Maybe he didn't actually eat it, he just kind of mouthed it a little bit. I should have let him eat. Oh, he's still following. He's still following. It's a little guy. Very little guy. Oh, I spooked him. Oh, is that same bass? He's sitting there staring at me. It's so funny because it's like once they try, they're a lot more timid the second time. I'm not saying they won't, but they'll follow it instead. Oh, there's a bigger one. There's a bigger one. Dang. Gust of wind blew me away from him. No, and if I can land one bass from here, I'd be happy. We can go and stop freezing my butt off. If that big one wanted to turn around, that'd be nice. Swam straight for the weeds, never looked back. Oh, he followed it out, he followed it out. Is that the small one? No, that's the bigger one. That's the bigger one. Oh my gosh. Oh, he took it, he took it. Yep. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right, that's a decent one. Okay, come here, buddy. Heck yeah. Oh, he inhaled it too. He really inhaled that one. Look at that, guys. Straight down the gullet. Hold on, buddy. I'm trying to get that out of you. There we go. There. Relax, relax. All right. Okay. Not bad. He's not huge, but he's decent. We'll take him. Okay. Thanks, buddy. I'm glad you decided to eat and not your smaller friend. Okay. Successful trip. Well, that concludes it. That's the loop. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully next time I find a different spot that's not as, you know, inhospitable. We'll be able to catch a couple more than just, you know, one. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Hey guys, we are on the Rifle River in Omer right now. Came down here for the weekend with some friends. They had mentioned about going to Skoda to fish for the weekend. I said, hey, I have a family that lives over in Augrey, which isn't too far, so why don't we go and, you know, fish up there and try the Rifle River. So that is what we're gonna do. A couple of the guys are gonna be floating spawn sacks and crawlers. I am using a little inline spinner right now. Earlier we went out to the bay by Saginaw Bay near Augrey, and we were slaying smallmouth and largies. So did not get any footage of that because we were just goofing off and I didn't think we'd catch that many, but let's see if we can catch some fish in the river and go get back to you guys if we do. Guys, toss it out, inline spinner. Got a nice little smallmouth here. And then perfect backdrop to this Christmas tree. As you guys can see, lots of jigs in this tree. But wonderful little smallmouth. Let him go back. Yeah. All right. There she is. The other side. And like I said, we were clambering over all those rocks yesterday. Almost fell a couple times. Really, really sketchy. You can see the water's clearing up this side already. Super brown here, and it's kind of bluish green. So, catching a whole bunch within this first like 30 feet stretch. The wind is to my back now, which is good. So I'm gonna try to fish this spot for a little bit. I might actually drop an anchor. We'll throw on a little paddle tail. Something with flash and movement. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's get going, huh?